Okay, we're walking up on the Ateret Kohanim tour, and we're going to go and see the closest spot you can get to Habayit. Here's our lovely group.
Okay, as you can see from where we are directly opposite the place of the Holy of Holies. Today that is located in a platform which is higher than the rest of the Temple Mount. As I told you, we don't actually go up there to pray. No Jews do go there to pray, and this is not an access route for Jews or Christians. There is an argument today about the ramp, which is to the right-hand side of the western wall. Make a pardon, block off, please, anyone? Although they can't go up anyway. It's only for Muslims.
Okay.
You can stand here, have a look, appreciate what could be, what was, but you can't go up. No worries.
Not what could.
That's correct. In any case, there's an argument today about that ramp because the Jordanian government are very angry that there's any access whatsoever for Jews there. And the Israeli government is wavering a yes or no. Should we allow Jews to go up there? Should we rebuild the ramp, which was destabilized, and a new one needs to be built there? Because anything to do even with the Western Wall, the Arab world says we want to try and blow up Al-Aqsa or take over the Temple Mount. It's got nothing to do with it. It's outside the Temple Mount, and it's only an access route to the Temple Mount. Did you all understand before what I said about King Herod and enlarging the Temple Mount? Hold that for a second. If this is the Mount Moriah, and the temple was on top of that, first and the second, when King Herod comes along, he extends the whole of Mount Moriah into the valley. He has a massive western wall, eastern wall, southern wall, holding up a new Temple Mount, which means that the Temple Mount platform of today is much bigger than the original Temple Mount area. That's why there are plenty of Arabs that say, and plenty of rabbis that say, that you can walk in the periphery, nowhere near the place of the Golden Dome, which is the place of the Holy of Holies. If I was a giant, once again, those who didn't hear me before, and lift it off, I would see the foundation stone of the world. Everything starts and finishes from there. And in some ways, that's the reason why there can never be what I mentioned early on. I don't want to scream it out, I don't want to upset any of the Arabs that may be listening here. It can never be true because there are some things that can't be solved. Jerusalem, the Temple Mount, and the question is, what do we as a people, what should be our stance? Should we be backing off further and further? Should we be compromising further and further? Giving more and more away? Or saying it's a tiny city, a tiny land, and this is where the buck stops? Anyway, that's Habayit.
How close can we get?
From a religious point of view, I would imagine that the Western Wall, because remember the Western Wall, if I had X-ray vision, it would be straight across there from the edge of this thickness of the wall. So the thickness of the wall. You can get to the top of the stairs, but they get a bit jittery, these policemen. There's a guy from the Waqf on the other side. Every gate there is an Arab guy from the Waqf, and we've got Israeli policemen at every single gateway. We're still in charge there from a security point of view. If they decide to close down the Temple Mount and only allow 40-year-olds, that's all that goes on. But the day-to-day running, ever since the key was given to the Waqf in 1967, our control over the Temple Mount has been like that. The famous paratrooper Motagur said, the Temple Mount is in our hands. That was true for a few fleeting moments in 1967. Today it's a different ballgame. But that's why, in some ways, the physical redemption needs to take place before we're ready as a people. By the way, you've all been on the Kotel tunnels, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, test. How long is the Kotel?
1,600 feet.
Don't give me feet, that's old units. No one keeps units. 488 metres. It's probably about right. 488 metres is the whole of the Western Wall. Most of it is underground, that's why we've got to walk around like who knows what underground there. But there happens to be another exposed part of the Western Wall. It's called the mini Kotel. The Kotel HaKatan is located today in the old Jewish quarter, the Muslim quarter today. It's very close. In fact, it's even holier than where people pray today. Why? Because everything depends on your proximity to the place of the Holy of Holies. And that's a little bit further to the north. If that's south, that's north, along the Western Wall. North and south, it's the Holy Western Wall. It hasn't been taken on totally yet by the government because it's where it's located. The Arabs used to dump rubbish there. Today, thank God that it's stopped. It's one of the pet projects that we've taken on to try and get it. In fact, last week there was the bar mitzvah there. There's dancing every Shabbat at the Western Wall. It's the holy mini Western Wall. Something else that you've just learned. Anyway, we're going to take a shortcut, not go there. We're going to go to Ariel Sharon's house, which is in a huge building on the main road called Beit Wittenberg. What is the connection between Wittenberg, Warren, Sharon, and Mark Twain? Wait and hear.
That's really...
I'm so frustrated right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Guys, move over, coming down. There is the Golden Dome. I hope you can see it. A little bright. And the mosque underneath it. Yeah. Nice. תודה רבה. כל טוב.